in for all of the stakes today, Jerry. What a great tournament it's been.
She's had some very high scoring in this tournament, and I'm expecting to have some very high scoring in our matches today.
It's unbelievable. These girls went through a grueling event. They've bowled over 2 days. They've actually bowled 3 sets of 5 games. The first day they bowled at Empress Lanes and bowled 5 games. That evening, the next set, they actually bowled at Chateau Lanes and bowled another 5 games. And today we're at Club LaVerendrye and they bowled their final 5 games. And that's how we've decided the final stepladder bowlers.
Well, once again, we have Sharon Tataryn on top. She's going to go for her 4th win in a row, Mike. Since winning last year, this tournament, she's come back again in first place, and she's going to give it a try.
She's certainly not a stranger to this position, that's for sure. Making the top 5 is a very, very consistent effort by this lady. But I'll tell you, to finish in the top again, and they've changed the format this year in this ladies' Cameo Classic, Jerry. This year, the leader has to be beaten twice. So when we do this match play here, as we go through the stepladder sequence of number 5 playing number 4, the winner playing number 3, the winner playing number 2, whoever plays Sharon has actually got to beat her twice. That's an incredible difference. This tournament has gone on for 19 years, and it's the first change that has ever taken place to it in this format.
Well, I think that's going to make a significant, give the leader a much better chance at winning the tournament again. It's a lot of times when we have the television cameras on, the leader has to wait for an hour or 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours till we get to her. And having to sit around and wait, even if having the practice lanes there, you still have a tendency to lose that edge that you need to win at this level.
It certainly is going to give Sharon an opportunity to have a different strategy. She won't have to have the pressure on her in the first game to think that she has to win or not. If she just has to find the pair and get lined in, she'll be ready for the last game if that's what it takes. I'm sure she'd like to take it in one game, but at least the option's there for her.
Absolutely. She has a chance to find out the lanes, and that is going to be a big advantage for her.
Well, it looks like the bowlers have gotten underway here. Actually, I think they're still doing their warm-ups, Jerry. I don't believe they've started, but I believe the scoring is actually, I see the automatic scorers are actually taking their practice balls, but they'll be clearing that very shortly. Deborah Maytchak is not a stranger to this either. The last time we had her on the TV final, she was actually expecting. In fact, her husband, James Maytchak, and their young son, Devin, are actually in the crowd and actually have been watching all weekend.
Well, we might hear some cheering from Devin today. I've heard him before today, so maybe we'll get a couple more cheers.
Is it cheering we're going to hear, or is it, well, maybe it is cheering. Hopefully it won't be the other. Deborah has actually had a very fine tournament. She was actually leading this tournament the first 2 5-game sets, Jerry, and this last set, I think she's a little weary again. Again, she hasn't been bowling for a little while, and she's just gotten back into competition after having the little one.
That's true, Mike. This is a long grind for the women, and especially Debbie in her situation. Devin is only 11 weeks old at this point, and it does take a lot out of you. There's no question about that. But I think she's ready to go. I think we're going to see some good scores out of her this afternoon.
Yeah, I would agree with you. We've had some incredible give and take in this tournament, Jerry. When this tournament started, the first 5-game block, I mean, a surprise. I never thought that Deborah really had the endurance in her, but she led the first 5-game block with a score of 20-49. By the time the second, or by 10-21, and by the time the second block was done, she was still leading at 20-49. Today was a little tougher for her, and quite frankly, in the last game, Iris, if she had not bowled on the 228, she would have not stuck in, perhaps snuck into 5th spot.
Yeah, that's true. She did not bowl bad today, but the scores today were a lot higher for some of the other right-handers. The right-handers did score very, very high today, and as compared to the other houses. And but I didn't know if I wouldn't say that she let down too much today. Or when we look at her average, what she bowled for the 5-game block here, it's really not that much out from what she had bowled for the previous two 2 shifts.
You're absolutely right. She did end up in 4th spot, but with a total of 29.88, she was only about 50 or 60 pins away from the total. So she didn't lose very much ground, that's for sure. We would like to thank the Provincial Women's Bowling Association and the president, Pat Kelly, for being a partnership sponsor at this tournament. And of course, we'd really like to thank Ford Credit Canada Limited and Mr. Carl Cartung for actually being here and helping us in the sponsorship of this tournament. I think the girls are just about ready to go, Jerry. And any suggestions as to what might happen in this first match?
Well, we have 2 experienced bowlers here. We can probably look for the pin carry to be critical. I think they're both going to hit the pocket well in the first game. They've both been in this situation before. I'm looking for a high-scoring match. They're both very good under pressure. Both very good pressure bowlers. Lights come on, they perform.
Yeah, they are good clutch bowlers. That was very apparent today in the last 5-game set. The leaders that came into this house, they really stayed tough, didn't they, when they had to?
Absolutely, yeah. They really they were good under the gun today. The numbers that were coming in at the very end were just phenomenal. I was very impressed with the women today.
Yeah, they had some really big scores. Sharon Tataryn shot a 267. Marion Marko shot a 268. Susan shot a 247. Deborah shot a 232. I mean, there are some really great big scores for these ladies. It looks like we're just about ready to get underway. I think what they're trying to do right now is just set up the scores, and I think Iris is actually going to lead off. That's an interesting strategy. The higher player, which in this case is Deborah, who's the 4th finished player, has the choice of either starting or selecting to have someone start. So I guess Deborah is not wanting to finish last.
Well, that's I guess that could be her thinking. I'm not sure exactly. And maybe she's having trouble on the one lane and doesn't want to finish on that other lane.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're going to. We have to get these scores.
Well, it looks like we've had a technical difficulty here, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to break away for a few minutes. Please don't go away. We'll be right back. Thank you very much.
You should never dispose of hazardous wastes down the sink. And always read the label for safe disposal directions.
Just one of hundreds of things that we can do for our environment.
Let's do it now!
For your free booklet, contact Environment Canada.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 19th Cameo Classic Tournament. We're at Club LaVerendrye, and we're just about to get the first match underway between Iris Sobotkiewics and Deborah Maytchak. My name is Mike Borowski, and my sidekick today is Jerry Dormer to do the color commentary on 10-pin bowling. Well, Jerry, it's been a great day, and we're about to see the first match start with Iris up on the left lane.
The right-handers are pretty much playing an outside line today, Michael. Second arrow, I guess we would call that, or a track shot. I guess however we want to call that.
Well, a little bit of a swing shot. We've got a nice condition out there. There certainly is a great condition out there. The scores were very high today in this house. Iris seemed to be a little tentative there. I guess she threw it just a little bit slow, just waiting for her turn.
This is a tough spare for Iris, or for anybody actually. It's a good accomplishment when you make this one.
Wow.
Good for her.
Great spare. Great way to start. That was a really, really tough spare. Iris has started up on the left lane, and that means Deborah's going to start up on the right, and she'll get 2 successive turns. So she'll start off on lane 14, and this is our left-hander. For those folks that seen her on TV last year, she was a little bit bigger. She has now got a child, and she's back to bowling, Jar.
She gets to start her game off with a nice strike, nice smooth arm swing, nice straight arm.
Very nice stroke. Last time we seen her start in this position, Jerry, she beat everybody.
She beat everybody?
Yeah, the last time she was in this position, she beat everybody.
Debbie's going for 2 in a row here. Deborah.
Up for grabs today is the Cameo ring for the Cameo Classic tournament. Wow.
Just a little bit wide on that one, Michael. Left the 10 pin up. Her ball didn't get quite enough of the 5 pin to carry over into the 10.
She's a pretty deliberate bowler. She's slowed down quite a bit in the last couple of years, and she's really stroking the ball nice, Jerry.
Well, that gives her the extra roll, the extra revs on the ball that she needed before. Before, she was well below the maybe recommended 10 revolutions that are nice to have. With the slower speed, she's been able to get closer to the 10 revolutions that she's looking for.
And she seems to have become a little more consistent in stroking the ball to her mark and hitting her line, and which means she's getting a lot more pocket hits.
Well, she has been going through a lot of changes this season, so everything that she's done so far, like in this tournament today and so far in the season, has been a great accomplishment for her.
That's excellent. We've got Iris Sobotkiewics up on the right lane. She was throwing the ball really well in practice here. She seems very intent today.
That one went down the outside edge, close to the 5th arrow, or 5th board, I should say, 1st arrow. Snapped in a little bit at the back end there. Good pin carry.
Yeah, strike up for Iris in the 2nd frame. She's in her 3rd frame on the left lane. Brand new premises here, Jerry. Wow.
Well, she pulled that one in a little bit inside that time, Michael, and paid the price for it. Didn't get any break on that at all. This is going to be a very difficult split for her to make.
Yeah, this is one of those hope and pray shots. It's a very, very light cut, isn't it?
She's using a different bowling ball here for her spares, a bowling ball that will go a little bit straighter than her other ball.
Wow.
Good attempt. Good attempt. Very
Boy,
close.
that was mighty close for a tough shot. All right, first open frame for Iris, frame 3. That brings Deborah up for her 3rd frame on lane 14. Deborah had some pretty high scores today, as we had said earlier, but I think one of the great things about her game through the last 15 games to qualify for this TV final, Jerry, was she was very consistent. Nice, easy stroke. Nice, easy stroke.
Deborah had a score, a 15-game total of 2,988 pins, which gives her a 199 average.
Wow.
For 15 games. Very good bowling, Michael. Very good.
Excellent bowling. Over 3 houses, 3 different bowling centers. That's pretty great bowling. Deborah up on lane 13. Wow, that lane is giving them both a problem. That doesn't make too much sense, since one's a left-hander and one's a right-hander, Jerry.
Well, Iris was high on her shot, and Debbie was a little bit light, so maybe it was just a little bit more time to get warmed up and get that nice free swing going and things like that.
Yeah, it could be. We had them waiting for a little while we all got set up here. Wow. Well, that evened it up in a hurry, didn't it?
That'll, yeah, this is a very close match at this point, Michael. We've got a couple of pins difference, maybe.
A lot will depend on this this ball Iris is about to throw on the right lane. She's in her 4th frame. They both have one open. Iris has been tuning up for the last year and a half for the national team trials, Jerry.
Good shot for Iris. Just lift up that 10-pin tap. She's right in the pocket. Once again, she's going to be using a different bowling ball here for this spare. Something that'll go a little bit straighter, go cross lane right at it. Don't have to worry about hooking it away. Iris had a 15-game total of 2,967 pins, which was good for a 197 average for her 15 games.
That was a good spare by Iris, too. Very, very tough spare. Single pins out on the edge, the corner pins, they're really tough. But these players are really, really good at these spares, Jerry. They do a lot of practice, and when they see a single pin, that's a make.
It has to be. At this level, it has to be, Mike. Can't afford to miss any at this level of bowling if you expect to win. Iris bowls a couple of times a week. One night here and one night over at Chateau Lanes.
Boy, this left lane is still causing some difficulties. I think Iris has seemingly made an adjustment, but now she's actually just barely caught the head pin, Jerry.
This is another difficult spare when you got that many pins up there. Whenever you got more than one pin, you're depending on other pins to take out the pins. Just let that one get away from her a little bit.
We've got Deborah up on lane 14 here. The Cameo Classic has been running for a lot of years, Jerry, and I'll tell you, this is one of the premier tournaments for these ladies, and it always, always seems to bring the cream right to the top. It's a real tough tournament. 3 different bowling centers, 15 games to qualify. Wow. Another light hit on lane 14 this time. I think these girls look a little tentative, Jerry.
They don't seem to be as aggressive as they were in their final games today in their last set. I think it might be a little bit of just waiting to get warmed up.
The first match is always the toughest. Whoever gets through this match is probably going to get a good chance of getting lined in and picking off the others. It's usually the way it goes. Great spare.
Very good spare for them. Very appreciative crowd today, Michael.
Boy, we certainly do have a crowd behind us today. That was definitely a spare to receive some clapping. That was a very difficult spare to make with that back pin, the 9 pin there.
Well, Deborah has a league average this year of 189.
Wow.
All things being considered, I think that's doing very, very well.
That's exceptional, considering the time off that she had to take to have the little one. Wow, that left lane continues to confuse.
This washout spare is also going to be very difficult for her. It is makeable, and she has made these many times in the past, and she's going to try and deflect the head pin to the left and hit the head pin with the bowling ball, deflect it into the 7 pin.
Let's see if Deborah's up for this. Boy, there's a lot of trouble on lane 13 for her. She's having trouble getting the ball to hook up to the head pin, Jerry.
Well, we're just better than halfway through the match now, Mike, and it's still anybody's match.
Boy, it's a wide open game right now. We've got both girls have now got 2 opens each, so they're essentially within a few pins of each other. So we've got Iris up on lane 14. She's really got to bear down on this and see if she can put together a couple of good strikes. That's a good one. Iris is normally a very, very aggressive bowler. She looked like it on that shot. The previous one, she seemed a little tentative.
She has a chance here to take a nice lead if she can throw another strike here. Trying to throw her ball down about the first arrow there. 5th board on the outside edge. Let it come in at the end. Lots of angle on the head pins.
And let's see if she's made another adjustment. Oh, she certainly has. She certainly has.
Nice double for her.
Wow.
She picked up the speed a little bit on that one. Was a little bit inside her target. Those foul line corrections that we're always talking about.
Yeah,
That,
held a pocket really good on that one. Well, we've got Deborah up on lane 14, and boy, she's going to have to answer this call, isn't she? This has been her good lane, though. A little high. She looks a little confused here. I'm not sure that's what it is, or just frustrated, or maybe both.
well, it could be. It's been a long week for her, or a long weekend, I guess we could call it, with the bowling, and might having a little bit more. Lanes have been bowled on now all day. They're becoming a little bit different.
Yeah, it's very true. There's been a lot of games bowled on this pair. There's been no reconditioning done to them, so finding out what's out there and what's changed is really probably requires a lot of patience right now just to stay with it.
Right.
We've got a little bit of a delay here on lane 14. I think we're waiting for a ball return, and we've got it, and Deborah's ready to go up on lane 14. And we should remind everyone that the Cameo Classic tournament is presented in partnership by the Provincial Women's Bowling Association and the Ford Credit Canada Limited people. And we thank you both very much for the sponsorship and the opportunity for 10-pin bowling to show ourselves to everybody out there. Looks like a pretty good spare by Deborah, Jer.
Yeah. Deborah in 1993 was Manitoba's Female Bowler of the Year, and bowlers of the year generally don't miss too many spares once they get warmed up and find out where everything is out there. Early in the match, sometimes it takes a little bit to get those nerves calmed down and get everything settled in, but now that she's settled in, I wouldn't expect her to be missing too many more.
Well, if she sorts out this lane 13, she has had a problem getting to the pocket. If she makes an adjustment here, we're going to see if she can get back in this game, Jerry. Wow, she sure did.
Right in the pocket. 10 pins in the pit there, Michael.
That was a pretty solid strike ball, Jerry.
That puts her right back in the match. She needed that one.
She certainly did. Now, Iris's job here is obviously, look at the replay here on Deborah's form. Great form. Wow, what a beauty shot. That was a great one. She's obviously made an adjustment there because she was really, really confident on that one. It's up to Iris now to keep the door closed or stay tough.
Well, she's right on line. Whether she didn't quite get through that ball like she wanted to, I think it just slipped off her hand a little bit and never got the fingers into it that she wanted to.
I think you're right. I think if we get a chance to see that on the replay after Iris makes this spare, I think we'll see that she was shaking her head, boy, when it was gone. She knew right away it wasn't right. Let's see if Iris can execute this spare. Very good. Appreciative applause from the people behind us today. As long as she's making her spares, she's staying in the game. And the tough part here now is it's going to be for Deborah to catch up. And Iris has got to do her best to lock her out or keep her distance. Got Iris up on lane 13. She's actually in her 9th frame, which is setting up the foundation frame. Looks pretty good. Wow, that was a solid
shot.
Great shot, Jer.
Excellent. She was right in there. She's definitely playing lane 13 farther inside than she is playing lane 14. The two lanes must be playing that much different. It'd be interesting to
Here's
find
the
out.
replay on that last shot. Look at this solid hit. That was an excellent shot.
10 pins in the hole.
Yeah.
Right in the pit again, Michael.
Yeah, and she knew it. She absolutely knew it. Boy, I'll tell you, Deborah's got her work set out for her. She has got to label this one, Jerry. She's got to put this one right in the 1-2 pocket. A little high.
Well, she didn't get the split, so she has the spare to convert, which means that she's still in the match, but she must make this spare. This is a must-make spare for her.
Yeah, she certainly does. Iris has got 141 in the 8th frame, and Deborah has technically got 130. That's 11 pins that actually separate them, and that means Deborah does have a slim chance if she can strike out in the 10th frame. So she must make this spare. It's not a good ball. Absolutely. She knows what she has to do.
She has to get the pressure here on Iris by throwing some strikes. If she does not throw strikes, that means that Iris must miss. And I don't think we can count on that.
No, I don't think so either. The only option to that is that if Iris did throw a bad ball on 14, she's not going to throw it again. That's a for sure, because she's only got one frame and she's going to make it good. So Deborah's got to start off here. She's got to put this first one right in the pocket to give herself a chance. Oh, good looking shot too.
Yeah, it was a good shot. It didn't quite finish like the other ones finished. Skidded a little bit longer. She was a little bit inside her target. The ball finished right in the pocket, but well, once again here we can see Deborah using a harder surface type of ball for her cross lane spares, something that goes a little bit straighter, a little bit easier to make those spares.
Yeah, and she uses it for the 7-pin all the time. Oh no. Well, if there was any chance at all, she has just closed the door on herself, Jerry. Deborah missing that spare. I mean, Iris does not even have to execute a spare here.
Iris needs about 6 or 7 pins here on her first shot, and well, not even that, I guess. 3 or 4 pins on her first shot.
3 or 4, and she's got it done. Yeah, so she's just got to stay on the shiny part, as we say it, folks. Well, I'll tell you what. Iris may have her work cut out for her on this next match. I'll tell you, Susan Grande has not been in the top 5 before, but I'll tell you, this lady was bowling great this weekend. Good execution there by Iris. Left the 10-pin. Susan Grande, her next opponent, finished with a total of 29.94. What can you tell us about Susan Grande, Jerry?
Well, I'll just get over to my page here, and then Susan's been bowling for quite some time now. She's come all the way through the junior programs here in Manitoba. She's about 28 years she's been bowling through this through the program. She scored 2,994 pins over her 15 games for a 199 average, just a few pins short of a 200 average for 15 games. She must be very happy with that.
Wow.
Yeah, Iris is experimenting with a little bit different equipment there.
Oh, good strategy there. That's she tried another bowling ball there. It was her last shot. There was nothing to be gained or lost by it, so that was it was a good opportunity for her to inspect the lane a little further with a different material.
Well, here we have Susan coming up ready to bowl, and she's going to throw her warm-up shots right away. And
Susan spent a lot of great years in the junior ranks. As an adult, she's had in the adult ranks, she's had a little bit of difficulty getting back up there. But boy, as of late, she's been working really hard, hasn't she?
Yeah. She actually did win the Cameo Classic back in '84, and that wasn't too much. Well, I guess too much longer after she came out of junior.
It was just after the junior ranks. You're absolutely right.
And
yeah. She's mentally very, very strong, Jerry. She knows how to win. She's won before. As a junior, she won everything there was to win. So there's no question that she has the ability, and I think physically now she's sorted out a lot of the physical difficulties that she's had. And she's got some new equipment, and she's made some major changes in her game. And well, she's tough. She's one of the best spare shooters I've seen around.
I agree, Mike. She's an excellent spare shooter, and she looks very aggressive today. She looks like she's here to play. She wants to win.
There's a scoreboard, folks, for the first match that we had between Iris Sobotkiewics and Deborah Maytchak. 178 for Iris to Deborah's 158. And now with Iris winning that match, she will now play the next person in line, which is Susan Grande, who is just finishing up her warm-ups on the right-hand lane. And Susan will have the option of making the decision as to whether she would like to start or let Iris start. Whoever starts, that person will have the last frame in their hand, which means they'll get the chance to throw the last ball to decide the fate.
Well, a lot of times, as we know, Mike, match play like this does come down to the 10th frame or the 9th and 10th frame, the setup from the 9th and 10th frame. And sometimes that becomes very important. It'll be interesting to see what her strategy is here.
Yeah, it would. I think she's getting a feel for the lanes and maybe trying to decide which one she likes the best. If 14 turns out to be a nice lane, she might decide to bowl on it last, which means she would have to start first. She's really a very tough spare shooter. She's the type of person that's not going to make very, very many mistakes. She's going to hit the head pin no matter where she has to hit it, and she's going to shoot her spares. So she's not going to make too many mistakes. However, it's been a little while since Susan has been in this position, Jerry, and being on TV might be interesting. What do you think her behavior is going to be under the lights?
Well, I think she's going to give us a great match. She's going to hit the head pin with every shot. I'd be very surprised if she were to miss the head pin. She'll hit the head pin, make her spares. If she gets a couple of strikes in there, she has a chance of having a big game. The pin carry here is very good for her. I'm looking for a big game out of her.
The lanes seem to have changed. She seems to have changed the line that she's actually bowling right now. She was a little more right of the second arrow throughout the whole tournament. And maybe she's just testing it out right now, but I get the feeling that she might be bowling a little bit too much oil. But we'll see what her choice is. She might just be testing it out right now. I think both of the ladies are ready to get going. We're getting ready to get the automatic scores. They've shook hands, and it looks like the decision is that Iris is going to start. So that's Susan's decision, which means Iris is going to be the person that's actually going to end up bowling in the 10th frame last. Well, Iris started that way the last game, and it turned out pretty good, Jer.
Yeah. Let's see how Iris can start here. I think it's very important for Iris to get a good start in this match.
Iris is a past national team member in 1987 in Helsinki. For the last year and a half, 2 years, she's been training very, very hard to be ready for the new team trials coming up in Vancouver in May long weekend. So she's been working really hard, and I think she's getting very close to peak performance, Jer.
Well, she understands peak performance, and she knows that in about 6 weeks she has to be up right at the top of her game if she wants to be successful in the Canadian team trials. And she is getting better. Every week, every day, she's working hard, and she's getting better, getting stronger.
Certainly is. For the rest of you 10-pin bowlers out there, aerobic training, strength training, endurance. That's what you need for this game. You need a lot of endurance. Great shot, great first shot by Susan Grande on the right-hand lane, Jerry.
Right in the pocket again, and she'll go and she'll clean up this spare. And this is Susan's game. She hits the head pin, she hits the pocket, she makes her spares. That keeps her in there all the time.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie. There's no question about it. She's had some physical problems. Not only her hand, but also her left knee, and she has seemed to endure it. And as long as she doesn't get stuck or anything, I would think that she's going to have a fine match here. We had some great bowling going on this weekend. I'll tell you, we had a great turnout for this tournament, and that's really good to see. There's more and more great scratch lady 10-pin bowlers coming along. Right now we have Susan up in her second frame on the left lane. Well, missed a little left there, Jer.
Well, she seems to be moving a little bit quicker than what she normally does, and she might have just rushed that one shot a little bit there. Give it a little bit of a tug on onto the head pin.
Now it's a little tougher spare, that's for sure, with 3 pins up, but she's pretty dead-eye.
Well, she's not going to miss too many of those 9 pins, you know.
Yeah. Susie Sparemaker, that's what we call her. She's just a great spare shooter. And she's tough. She's really tough. Iris is going to have her work cut out for her. She's going to have to figure out this right lane. I'm not sure she's got it figured out yet. She tried that one extra bowling ball in the last turn she had in the last game, and it didn't tell her anything, so she's gone back to the ball she started with.
Right off the corner again.
Wow, she swung that one really wide, didn't she? Good ball. That's a strike up for Iris in the 2nd frame. Susan's got 2 spares. And if Iris wants to give a message here, I guess she should come up fighting with another one.
Well, a lead would certainly be an advantage here. An early lead for Iris definitely is an advantage to her game. She likes to be out in front and running with the score.
She certainly does. She's that kind of bowler. Wow, she didn't like that one on the get-go. I guess it just got away from her, Jer.
She put that one down a little bit early, and she tugged it a little bit inside her target. She sometimes she tugs far enough, and you can come over to the other side and get that Brooklyn strike. Sometimes you can get unlucky and leave it right up on the head pin and get a split out of that. But an easy spare for Iris, and she converts again. And
great spare for Iris. She's a pretty good spare shooter too, as a matter of fact. She's had a major equipment change. In fact, Iris has gone up to a 15-pound bowling ball this year. All her equipment is new, and it's all 15-pound. Here we have Susan Grande on the right-hand lane. Ooh, a little bit high, almost a big split, Jer.
yeah, she was lucky to break that one up, maybe, Mike. And she is hurrying a little bit. Her feet are a little bit quick right now.
Yeah, good observation. She does seem to be a little quick. For those folks that have just joined us, you're watching the 19th annual Cameo Classic. This is one of the premier 10-pin ladies bowling tournaments in Winnipeg, in Manitoba. All the top lady bowlers here this weekend. Susan Grande is the 2nd opponent for Iris Sobotkiewics, and she just spared the 3rd frame. She's up in the 4th frame on the left-hand lane, and she's going to have to start making a move here. Wow, another near split here.
Well, she's hitting the head pin, making her spares, and that's that sometimes on television is enough. Sometimes those scores, you know, don't have to be that high. But if you make all your spares, you've got a chance to be in there.
You tough it out, keep the pressure on. Don't lose the match, in other words. Don't give it away. They got to come and get it from you.
That's right, yeah.
So it's a pretty good strategy.
For her to lose the match, that means that Iris would have to be throwing doubles, throwing lots of strikes, and Susan will be in the game right to the end.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. She seems to be making some adjustment, but she seems to be moving more left and closer to the pocket rather than farther away. We've got Iris up on lane 14 right now. She's made a move outside. Wow. Just got that one, Jer. That was close.
Well, that one, she was actually a little bit inside her target line that she has been throwing out there. That one went over about 6 or 7, and she's been trying to stay outside of 5. And that one came up a little bit high on her. She was lucky to get that break.
Watch this on the replay, Jer. Great form. Out it goes, back it comes. Wow. To leave the 9-pin, that's a pretty strong working ball coming into the pocket, isn't it, Jer? Boy, does that look solid.
That one she got out there. That's the first one on lane 13 that she's actually got out to where her target area, I believe, is. She went through the ball very smoothly.
Look at this. Solid pocket hit. We've got Susan up in the 5th frame on the right-hand lane. That looks like an adjustment. She's definitely moved right. Wow, and she paid the price. She left a 5-7 split chair.
That was bad luck there for Susan to leave that split, but she does have a chance to make this spare. She will just try and hit the 5-pin ever so slightly on the right-hand side. Hopefully it'll deflect over and pick up the 7-pin.
She's pretty accurate. She's got a good chance to make this one. Oh, look at that. Now, that's a great shot, folks.
That
If you
certainly
haven't
keeps-
bowled this game, you don't know how tough that split is.
Well, she does it quite regularly. She's
Yeah.
very accurate. Very well done.
Beautiful. Just a great execution by Susan Grande on that big wide open split. We've got Susan up on lane 13. She's gotta get it in the pocket. All right.
Well, that'll put a little bit of pressure on Iris. She's still down by more than 10 pins, but that still will put some pressure on Iris.
Look at the replay on this one, Jer. This is just a great solid hit. Look at this. Wow. Nice cover. Susan Grande is also one of the premier lady bowlers that will be going to the team trials in May long weekend, Jerry.
That's right. She's been out there a few times already, working on that, going to the team trials.
Wow, Iris has really found it on this right-hand lane. I think she's found both of them, to tell you the truth, Jerry. I think she's just honed right in here. Look at this replay on this hit. Way outside. Wow. Well, she's got a 3-bagger up. She's in the 7th frame. If she gets this one, it's going to be really tough to catch her. Very deliberate approach. Great form at the line.
Just slowed that one down just a fraction there, Mike. Didn't go through it like she did the last time on lane 13, and the ball ran up on the head pin on her.
Just a little slower. I think you're right. I think she knows it too. She seems to be very, very aware of everything right now. So she's really zoned in. She's really locked into this. Spares ever important. They change the complexion of the game really quickly. Good spare by Iris.
Well, Susan has to come to the front here and throw some strikes. She has to get some strikes to stay in this match. And now's the time to do it. She's working on a strike now.
Yeah, she was close on the last shot. So if she's got a slight adjustment, oh boy, that was close. That was close. When you leave a 5-7 like she did on the last frame, it's a scary leave, isn't it, Jerry? It's an indication that maybe she's not in the right place. So you still got an adjustment left. She's got a 6-10 spare up to shoot. Ooh. A lot closer than normal for Susan. She usually covers those pretty full, doesn't she? Yeah.
Well, she may have been practicing her splits there, Michael.
She would have made it. She would have made it, that's for sure. If that was the wide open 4-7-10, I think she would have made it. You might be right.
Susan's trailing now by about 20 pins here, and she has to get something done very quickly.
Boy, she's really breaking up the splits, isn't she? She's right on the head pin. Well, she's a patient lady. I get the feeling that she's not coming out of that ball quite as cleanly as she'd like to. She seems to be rubbing her thumb there, so I'm not sure if she's coming out as clean as she like. Spare time again, Susan. Yeah, pretty deliberate, pretty effective. Well, it's not over yet, folks. She's got 2 frames left, and Iris has got to bowl 3. Anything can happen. Iris does seem fairly locked, but it's never over until it's over, especially with these caliber of bowlers, Jerry?
Susan is more than capable of striking out here and throwing a possible 200 game still, and 208 game.
Wow. Iris has got a lock on lane 14, and if she keeps the speed up on lane 13, she's got that one too. Well, this will be a This will be a test. If she doubles this one, it's going to make it really, really tough. It'll virtually lock Susan out wounded chair if she doubles here. Iris Sobotkiewics is no stranger to the Cameo Classic. She has won it before. Wow, look at that.
Well, now we've put a whole new light on this here, Michael.
That three-bagger's gone with that split, isn't it?
That's right. That's a tough count as well. Mind you, depending on how well she does on the spare, she might, if she can pick up at least 3 of these pins, that won't hurt her so bad.
It is quite a change in the complexion of the game, though. She's got to take the wood or attempt to make the spare. She's gone way out too far. My gosh, she's missed the count too.
She wasn't happy with that. I don't know if she was doing the right thing there. She was using her strike ball on that, and I think that maybe she could have been using her spare ball on that. She was a cross lane. She was looking for accuracy on that.
Straight ball. Good point. Well, here's Susan up in the 9th frame. This is foundation frame time. She's put it a little wider this time. Oh, she's missed a head pin. She gave it a chance. It just never got back. I think that time it actually got away from her, Jer.
Well, all the way through the match, I think Susan has been going just a little bit quicker than what she wanted to go, and she hasn't been getting herself set. Her feet have been very quick. Might make things a little bit more difficult for her on those strikes. On the spares, she's been coming through with her she's spares. And
deadly accurate. She needed that spare in the worst way, Jer. The situation for Susan Grande right now in the 10th frame is she literally has to strike out to put the heat and put the heat on Iris Sobotkiewics, and also to give herself a chance to win. That is going to make it tough. All Iris needs now is 4 pins to win.
Well, yeah, that's
3 pins.
Very difficult situation at this point now for Susan, isn't it?
Yeah, shot a real tough game here, boy. She spared everything. Here's another spare coming up, folks. She's got 1 more ball left. If she does strike out, she's got a 182. Iris just has to stay behind the foul line and count 3 pins somewhere. So it's all over. Unfortunate for Susan Grande, her first appearance on TV in quite a while. A pleasure to see you back, Susan, and I expect great things from you in the Nationals. Bowled a great tournament, absolutely a great tournament. She was so consistent all weekend long. Averaged almost a deuce and finished off with a 181. She just ran into a buzzsaw here, Jerry. Iris Sobotkiewics has, even with that open in the 9th frame, has just locked this match right up. This is her 10th and final frame, and I suspect that she'll be trying to finish it off with 3 strikes to make sure that she stays in top form, because her next competitor is going to be Marion Marko. And this has been a great bowling center for Marion this year. She has averaged 195 here, Jerry. She now has the highest average in the province with that 195 standing. And this center has been very, very good for her. The condition is wet enough for her. She throws a lot of hook. She doesn't throw as much speed as Iris does, and of course she needs oil to help her hold the line. Iris's last ball on the right lane.
Second last ball. She was just
second last ball. Yeah, she's got a strike and she's trying another line. Wow. She brought that ball out last game, Jerry, and seems like she did a different adjustment on it this time.
Well, she wants to go to it, that's for sure. And well, anyway, Michael, what?
Maybe we can do a little recap of some of the scores that went on in the qualifying rounds. Marion Marko, of course, has been bowling with a pretty hot hand. She had the tournament high. She bowled at 268 today and just nudged out Sharon Tataryn, who had bowled at 267. To follow that, Marion had games at 223, 216, 214, 213, 211. Really, really steady bowling. No bad games from her. I think the lowest game that she shot today was something like 173 or something. So she shot pretty steady.
Well, she's coming up against a pretty hot bowler here in Iris. Iris seems to have the even lane down pretty good. I don't even know if she missed on this.
I don't think she did.
No, she threw 7 strikes on this lane. We'll see what happens on this one here. She's kind of experimenting a little bit here on her 7th shot on lane 14, but
Yeah.
she threw a lot of strikes there. And,
There you saw the handshake between Susan and Iris. You're right, Iris did throw a lot of strikes.
Well, Marion is going to start throwing her warm-up balls right away, and Marion's 15-game score today, she came up with 3,008 pins, which gives her just over a 200 average. Like you said earlier, that Michael, her league average this year is 195. So.
Well, the girls are, or I should say, well, Marion is actually warming up, folks. We're going to break away for a few minutes. Please don't go away. We're going to be right back with another match. Welcome back, everyone, to the 19th Cameo Classic Tournament. We are about to get underway again, and my sidekick today, the color commentary, Jerry Dormer. We've had a great tournament so far, Jerry. We've seen 2 matches go by. Iris Sobotkiewics has gotten rid of 2 competitors, and we now have the 3rd competitor, Marion Marko. Any comments?
Well, it's another good match coming up here, Michael. Experienced bowlers, very good quality bowlers. Don't make too many errors. They make this. They're throwing strikes. Susan stayed in her game the last match all the way to the end because she made her spares all the way through, but she didn't quite get the strikes that she needed. These girls are starting to throw more and more strikes now. Things are starting to loosen up a little bit for them. We could see some very, very high scores here.
I think you're absolutely right. Iris is really lined up, and if Marion can find a shot out here, and right now the reason she's taking her practice shots is she's the bowler that's been waiting out in the wings. The winner does not get a chance to throw any practice shots. The winner has had the opportunity to bowl on the pair. So what Marion's doing is taking a few warm-ups on each of the lanes. In fact, I think they're allowed 4 warm-ups on each lane. I think that's what's happening.
That's what they're getting today, yeah. 4 shots on each lane. She's just experimenting around out there, taking a look to find out where the oil patterns are, which equipment she should be using. And
yeah, I think she's decided on going stage left to get another bowling ball, folks. She's taken enough warm-ups to realize that what she's got on the rack is not going to do it. So I think she's still got 1 more or 2 more warm-ups on lane 14, Jerry. And she's brought out a new piece of arsenal to see if she can get the reaction that she's looking for to hit the pocket. So Marion's still taking a warm-up on her right lane. I'm not quite sure whether she's got 1 left or 2. But I think she's in tight here. She's got a pretty good idea of what's happening now, I think. She's still shaking her head a little bit, and that's the tough part, Jerry, for the bowlers that have been waiting out in the wings. They've been warming up on another pair of lanes, but that's just keeping their body warm and tuned, and the timing and the rhythm all right. But the condition that we have on this pair, the TV pair, is totally different than what they've been practicing on.
it usually is, Michael, and that's something that they have to take a reading on right away. But like you were saying earlier, for these matches today, they're getting 4 shots on each lane to figure different things out. 14 seems to be a little bit more open for the right-handers. They seem to have a little bit bigger area out there to get to the pocket. 13, like from all the way from game 1, seems to be giving a little bit more, be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, it is interesting. That 13 has been the tough lane, hasn't it? Well, I think the warm-ups are done. I think Marion has taken all the allotted warm-ups that she's actually permitted. They're clearing the automatic scores. Marion, as the higher-ranked finishing bowler, she finished number 2, has the option to start or allow Iris to start. Marion, not surprised, has chosen to start so that she can finish the game. So we have Marion Marko up on lane 13. If you've just joined us, you're watching the 19th Cameo Classic. So it looks like she's lined in, Jerry, pretty darn quickly. It took her a couple of shots to figure that out with a couple of different bowling balls, but I think she's lined up exactly where she normally would be on this pair.
That was a good shot, Michael. She was they're playing lane 13 a little bit farther inside than they are playing lane 14, and every one of these women's right-handers have caught on to that right away. I'm very impressed with the way that they're all staying in their own little pattern, and everybody's getting reading off of everybody else. Good shot there for Iris, right in the pocket, left the corner pin. She'll bring out her hard surface bowling ball and go cross lane and pick this one up.
Yeah, she's had to wait with no warm-ups for about, I'd say about 7 or 8 minutes. So she might have been a little tentative on that one, but she threw a pretty good ball. Spare time for Iris. She's pretty good at these. Boy, nice straight ball. Most of these 10-pin bowlers have equipment for all conditions, Jerry, for wet lanes, dry lanes, medium lanes, and mostly for the spare shooting. They usually have a very special ball that they use to make sure that they become consistent and good at spare shooting.
That's right, Mike. That's certainly become a very large part of the game of 10-pin bowling, is what kind of bowling balls and what kind of equipment that you have, and being able to have certain equipment for certain conditions. The days of having one bowling ball are very much gone.
Oh boy, it certainly has. There have been a lot of what we call equipment specifications, though. So the manufacturers now have been limited to producing what we call standard equipment. So the experimentation limitations have ceased. They have stopped. The American Bowling Congress, the World Bowling 10-Pin Federation have stepped in and have, like any other great sport, like golf and baseball, have tendered what they call a template for standard specifications. So the equipment is available to everybody, but now there are limiting factors to the availability of the kind of equipment. Here's Marion's first shot on the right-hand lane, and this has been a tough lane.
Well, I think that she would just rush that shot a little bit, and she didn't quite get through it with the good wrist action or the arm action that she likes to have at the foul line there. Didn't get as many revs on it, and it just didn't come in for her.
I think you're right. She was pretty close, though, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah, she was very close. She missed her target. She was a little bit outside of her target, but not enough really to miss as bad as she did at the other end.
So adjustment for a spare here, and the good players always observe the ball reaction and the flight of the ball or the path of the ball down the lane all the way until it hits their intended target. And most of the time they do that, Jerry, so they have some kind of feedback.
Well, after a couple of frames here, we've pretty much tie a game here. We have Marion with a 2-pin advantage. Still a very close match. Either one of these bowlers could start throwing strikes, put a string together, and move right along with it.
Wow, she's got this left lane nailed, doesn't she?
Well, I think she was a little bit inside her target there, but the ball held for her really well and went right into the pocket. She's got the good pin carry, so.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Look at this shot. Solid, buried right to the armpit there. Really good execution there. We've got Iris Sobotkiewics up on the right lane in her 3rd frame. This has been her good lane. Wow. That was an awful strong finish on that ball, Jerry.
Well, she's playing that outside line. She's got an awful lot of angle on the head pin, very little deflection off the head pin. And when she does come up high, she has to hope for something other than the ball to take out that 9-pin. Typically, on the proper strike shot, the ball should be taking out the 9-pin. But she's playing that outside line, the big angle on the head pin. The ball is not going to hit the 9-pin.
Very good. Good execution here by Iris. That's a good spare. She's a great spare shooter. She's not going to miss too many of those single pins. And in fact, these ladies at this level don't miss very many spares, do they, Jerry?
No, they certainly don't, especially coming today that, you know, they're bowling very, very well. They're all tuned in. They're all very much aware of what's going on out there. They're tuned. They're tuned, Michael, and they're right on their games.
They certainly are. We've got Iris up in the 4th frame on the left lane. Wow, did she send that one right? Was that an adjustment, Jerry?
Well, I don't know if that was an adjustment. She certainly was a lot wider to the right than what she normally was. Quite possibly she just missed that. I didn't see if that was a hand position error or she was too fast. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
She's shooting her spare with her spare ball straight at it. Pretty much straight at it. That ball doesn't hook too much, does it?
Well, when you put that much spin on the ball, everything is going to hook. Doesn't matter what you bring out of the bag, Mike. Something's going to hook out there.
Yeah, sooner or later.
Yeah.
But that ball, relative to her other equipment, goes pretty straight.
That's correct.
We have Marion up on lane 14. This is a chance for her to double up. She's got a strike up on the 3rd frame. Oh, did she swing that one wide? I don't think she meant to, Jerry. That either got caught in her hand or it just got away. That was not a very good execution by Marion. She is very, very surprised at what happened there. I don't know if she's confused or...
Well, sometimes that's what happens, and we just have to move along with that. We have to pay the price, move on to the next frame. That frame, we have to just leave that one behind us and move along.
She's taking out another ball here, Jerry, in the attempt of this wide open split. I think she's maybe just going for the 2 pins and play it safe. She's really having trouble with this lane 14. I'm not sure if she did make a move there. If she did, she might have moved the wrong way. She's going to have to make sure she hangs on to the left lane to keep herself out of trouble here, and hopefully in the ensuing frames she can find a way to get lined up on the right-hand lane. So Marion's up in the 5th frame on the left lane. Well, she's really pulled that one. Oh, and got away with it. Wow. Wow.
Getting caught in the ball. Well, here we have Iris going up in the 5th frame here. We're almost halfway through the match, and we see that Iris has a small advantage here.
Not a lot of pin lead here, but certainly enough to make a difference. So, wow, she's found that lane again.
Well, once again, she was right on line, kept her speed up good, and fortunately, the ball deflected off the head pin just enough here to take out the 9-pin.
Good, solid hit. Very good. Every one of the pins in the pit, Jer. Well, Iris has got to strike up in the 5th, just like Marion.
Iris has a 6-pin lead halfway through this match, and that's a pretty tight match, Michael.
It certainly is. It can go any way from here. Uh-oh.
Well, she was right on.
Ooh, a little high, but she carried it.
Well, that's actually, her line was pretty close there. She was a little bit slow on it, but her line was very close to where she wanted to be. That double is going to give her a nice advantage there.
Boy, that's a decided advantage. I think
16 pins now at this point, and Marion's going to have to start throwing strikes here again.
Yeah, she's changed to a different ball on the right-hand lane. I'm not sure it's the right choice. But she has a better feel of it than I do. And she certainly has the double. She certainly has the double. So she's certainly figured out something on the right lane, Jerry.
Well, that's she needed that double. That was very important. She threw that ball very hard, very soft, very straight, and carried the pins very, very well.
Well, she did have the left lane lined up, Jer. Here's the situation. Both Iris and Marion have a double shown on the scoreboard. And Marion's in the 7th frame. If she gets this hit, she's going to put a lot of pressure on Iris that has not been there before. And she certainly has. Wow, we've got a match.
Absolutely.
We certainly do have a match.
Now that we're throwing strikes here again,
Here's a replay on Marion's last hit, folks. A little light, but boy, look at the pin action.
excellent pin action, yes.
This is the first time that Iris has been put in this position, Jerry. The previous 2 matches did not put her under the gun like this. Somebody has answered the bell, and she's going to have to answer back. Looks good. Oh, wow. How did that fall?
Well, that ball really jumped in the last couple of feet.
Boy, it certainly did.
That ball's really taken off
Yeah.
in the last couple of feet.
Look at this. A wide open split. 4-7-10, and it's a strike.
Well, that's
the way it
breaks of the
happens
games, yeah.
sometimes. It's not over. We're very tight here. This is a very, very tight match.
Well, at this point, Iris has a 6-pin advantage over Marion. But when you're throwing this many strikes, 6 pins really doesn't mean anything.
Oh, boy.
It's really
Oh, boy.
wide on that one.
Washout.
And she had to pay.
Yeah, she paid the price on that one.
So not happy with herself with that shot.
That was a mental error, wasn't it?
I believe it would have been, yes.
Yeah. Somewhere she didn't focus on that shot. She's been throwing too good a ball. Either that or she made a major adjustment on that lane.
Well, sometimes when you throw that lucky one, the very next one coming up, you just don't quite have that focus. You're still thinking about that lucky shot that you had
You
the
got
last
away
frame.
with. Wow, what a spare.
Excellent spare for Iris.
What an incredible spare. That is a very, very tough spare to actually make. That was a washout. Boy, that's a tough one. Great spare shooting. Well, this is it. I think at this point, Marion has to keep the pressure on, and that's the only way to force Iris into a situation where she either executes under the pressure or doesn't because of the pressure.
Well, the added pressure is certainly a big part of this match play environment that we're in here right now, Michael, and I'm sure that any advantage that you can have for that.
There's no question it's a seesaw battle, and both of them are trying to put the pressure on each other. Look at the washout here. This right lane is not solved for Marion. She has not solved this right lane yet. Whatever she had on the previous shot on that right lane, she did not get the same ball reaction on this one.
This is a very important spare for her. She must at least get the good pin count
She's
here.
got to get the pin count to have a chance. She might even make this.
Good spare.
Wow, what a spare. What a spare.
Well, each of these bowlers have bowled 8 frames now. They both have spares up. And
Look at this on the replay, Jer. Wow. That's a great execution.
perfectly executed.
Wow, this is a tight match. Marion is still down by 8 pins, though.
Well, like I said before, if we start throwing some strikes here, 8 pins really doesn't mean very much. And Marion does. It's been a bit of a seesaw match here. Our 3rd match today.
Look at this. That's as good as you can throw it.
Much better execution.
We've got Iris coming up for her 9th and 10th frames. She's got to finish the match first. This will be interesting to see after the last shot that she had on this lane. It had come up quite a bit, so she's got to bring her speed back up, doesn't she, Jer?
Yeah, if she keeps her speed up, her line is good. If her speed is good, she'll carry the strike there on 14. As she did. 10 pins in the pit again. Getting very good roll on that ball.
Well, she really is. She's actually stroking it. So what really matters is that that she throws and executes the same way all the time.
Well, If Iris can throw another strike here, that's certainly going to put the pressure on Marion.
This is an important shot for her. Oh, that was a solid hit. That was a solid hit.
That was just a little bit high again. That's been Iris. As we move on and on in this match, Iris has been throwing them a little bit higher and higher on the head pin. She's not quite keeping up the speed, or if she can adjust her speed to increase her speed a little bit to hold her line, the 4 pins and the 9 pins would go down for her.
Yeah. This is an important spare for her. This will maintain her lead. All right, now it's just pin count. With Marion having the strike up in the 9th, all she needs is the first hit to make the game.
Well, she's going to need that, but she's going to need a good pin count on the second shot as well. It's not a giveaway. She must certainly get the first one, and then she needs a 9 count on the second shot if Iris can throw another strike here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. Maybe. Oh, yeah. She's done everything she can, Jerry. She shot a great game here. 2-11 for Iris Sobotkiewics. Well, folks, if you've just joined us, we've got a barn burner going on here. Marion Marko has got a strike up in the 9th. She is coming up in the 10th frame on the right-hand lane, and the story is very simple. She has to get a strike. If she gets anything else, she loses.
Yep, she's gone back to her other bowling ball again on this lane.
Yep.
Threw it on target, but it didn't come up. Well, that's another match for Iris, and she's going to move on to meet our tournament leader, and in Sharon Tataryn. But this year, as you know, Iris is going to have to beat Sharon twice.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 2 more matches left here.
It's going to be an interesting finale. Marion Marko is now executing the spare on the right-hand lane, and actually she has chopped it off. That's unfortunate. She actually shot a great tournament, Jerry. She was within about 20 or 30 pins of the leading bowler today, who was Sharon Tataryn. She needed that strike in the 10th frame, and unfortunately she came up a little bit short. Well, Sharon Tataryn is coming up to take her warm-up balls, Jerry. And the important thing is here that in her warm-ups that she has to try and get lined up on the lanes. But this lady has got some great credentials, boy. She's been under the gun before. She has led tournaments before. She's come from behind and won. She has just got a phenomenal track record.
Well, she, you know, certainly could be considered the premier bowler in female bowler in Manitoba, with the track record that she's had in the last 12 months. Starting 12 months ago, when she actually won this tournament, she has won everything, every scratch tournament that she has bowled in since. She has, in some of those tournaments, she has come from behind to win. Other tournaments, she's led from wire to wire. She's basically done it all in the last year. She's got a league average this year of 187. Last year, 188. Very consistent. For the tournament, for these 15 games, she averaged 203.5. Actually came from behind to catch up to Debbie and pass Debbie today. She's been bowling maybe for about 25 years. She has the provincial high 3 this year of 742, high 4 of 932 that she bowled a couple of months ago.
Wow.
A couple of months ago. Very accomplished bowler.
She has bowled some incredible series of games this year. I think what is probably outstanding, what has really rounded off this lady's game, is that she has now managed to actually bowl well in almost all of the bowling centers that she's in. She's no longer a one-house bowler. She bowls well on all the conditions, whether they're wet or whether they're dry or whether they're difficult or whether they're easy, and I think that makes the difference.
Yes, she certainly picked up a lot of good information in the last few years. A lot of it from you, Michael. I think you have to take a lot of credit for some of that, Michael. And there's been other people that have been giving her some advice and some help. Yes, she certainly could be considered one of the, if not the most accomplished bowler, the premier bowler from Manitoba.
Here's the results of the last game, Jerry. Iris Sobotkiewics. I'm sorry, that's not Iris Sobotkiewics. Oh, yes, it is. Iris Sobotkiewics, 211 to Marion Marko's 191. And the winner, Iris Sobotkiewics, is now going to be bowling against the tournament leader, which is Sharon Tataryn. And with the new format that we have this year, Jerry, Sharon has to actually be beaten twice. So what we're looking at here is that if Sharon wins this match, it's all over. If Iris beats Sharon, then we've got one more match to go.
That's right, Michael. It'd be interesting to see how that works out. I know that there's been a lot of excuse me, a lot of controversy over the fact that the tournament leader, like Sharon here, has been basically sitting in the wings now for 2 or 3 hours and waiting to get to this match, all to win this tournament. And it's going to it does take a little while to get back warmed up again. Even if you do get to stay warmed up in the lanes, staying mentally sharp is very difficult.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Staying sharp is really, really tough. I think the test here, from what I've been able to see from all of the matches that have taken place, Jerry, is that one of the lanes has always created a little bit of problem. If you can line up and get both lanes lined up, then you got a chance to stay in the match. The last match, I think Marion had difficulty with lane 14. She found it for one frame, but it didn't happen again. Had she found the right-hand lane, especially since she had to finish on it, she'd be fine. Now, I think Sharon's in a situation here where she hasn't bowled on this pair for at least 2 or 3 hours since her last game on it, and it's changed dramatically. So she's trying to line in up on it right now, and it looks like she's found it, and that might determine her decision on whether she's going to start to bowl or she's going to have Iris start to bowl. Sharon notoriously does not like to throw the last ball in the match, so it looks like Iris is going to be the starter.
Yeah, Sharon prefers not to know where she is in the match, maybe, or she doesn't like to. She's not a scoreboard watcher at all. She likes to go out there, just bowl her game, do the best that she can, and compete that way, as opposed to other bowlers that are constantly watching the scoreboard and trying to push themselves and motivate themselves more for a little bit more at the end. So, some bowlers have a little more trouble with that.
Yeah. Wow. Bad start by Iris.
She lost her balance a little bit there at the line, and she sent that ball out a little bit wider than she wanted to. She didn't get the good fingers on it. Sometimes if she threw it out that wide today, it would come back for her. But on that one there, she just didn't have the good balance, so she wasn't able to come through with a good, strong arm action. But she's been pretty successful on this spare today. She's made this one a couple times for us already.
She sure has.
And she's got a good chance at it again.
Oh, it had an extra pin in it this time, Jerry. It had the 6 pin in there, too, and it just missed.
That's right, yeah. And very accurate, though. She don't have very much room for margin on that one at all.
We got Sharon Tataryn coming up for her first turn on the right lane, and since she chose not to start, she will actually get 2 turns. So she'll bowl her first frame on the right-hand lane and the second on the left. So we're all set, and she's a very, very deliberate bowler, Jer. Boy, she's really sent that one wide.
Well, watching in her warm-ups there, that's almost where she wanted to play. She was bringing him back from out there, and she's a very powerful bowler. She puts lots of spin on the ball and lots of lift. She can bring him back from there.
She, in past years, she's slowed down her speed quite a bit, and it has allowed her to get a little more hook than she used to have, and because of that, she can throw the ball right now and make it come back.
Absolutely. The out and in shot, though, typically hasn't been something that she's worked with. You know, she's been around bowling now for about 25 years, and she's always been very much a down and in player, lots of speed, or stand on the corner, point it up into the pocket. Now she's an out and in player, and well, who can argue with her success now in the last year?
Boy, you certainly can't. She has been so consistent, and this looks mighty good. Wow.
A little bit less speed has given her a little bit better
Yeah.
pin carry, too, which I think is very important.
Yeah, that's very, very true. That was a very solid hit by Sharon Tataryn. Look at this. A little bit high, but just enough to carry the whole rack.
Yeah, a little bit higher than what she wanted to, but because
Yeah.
she doesn't play that lane so far outside, she doesn't have quite as much angle on the head pin, and the ball was actually just enough to nick that 9 pin.
Yeah.
Take that out of there in time.
Well, here's Iris up on the right-hand lane, and she's still sending this ball way out to the right, Jerry. Just absolutely amazing. She's playing this right lane totally different than the left lane, isn't she?
Well, all the girls have been so far. Every one of them has been doing the same thing. They might have learned that when they were playing here today. Maybe very well. They've already bowled on this pair earlier today, at least one game in the qualifying round, and they learned that lane 14 must be shot from the corner. Lane 13 a little bit farther inside.
Yeah, absolutely right.
A little bit of loss of concentration there, I think, there for Iris. She almost missed that one.
She threw it a lot slower than normal, too. I think she realizes it, so right now I think she's got to get a little mentally more aggressive, Jerry. She's really come down quite a way. It's important for her to keep her energy level up as much as she can. That looks all right. Oh, great looking shot.
That easily could have carried the strike on that one, Michael.
Well, the story is Iris has got one open frame. Sharon's got none. She's just got to keep sparing until she gets her chance. That's what it comes down to.
Well, she's been throwing strikes now for 3 games. I'm sure she's going to throw some more strikes in this game, so I'm sure she'll throw enough to compensate for that first frame error that she made.
Well, that's a good spare by Iris, and that's excellent. Sharon coming up for her 3rd frame on the right-hand lane. She's got a strike up, Jerry, in the 2nd. If she gets this strike, it's going to really put a lot of pressure on Iris.
Absolutely. That'll give her a 20-pin lead, or better than 20-pin lead. And that'll be the situation Iris hasn't seen too much of today.
Wow, that
Tugged
was
that
inside. Ooh, almost got away with it too, Jerry.
Almost got the Brooklyn strike on that one there. Yeah, she tugged that one probably 3-4 boards inside of where she normally wanted to play that. And that ball just took off on her.
Pretty good spare maker. She's actually an excellent spare shooter. She just shoots straight at him. She's got this one shiny ball that she just shoots straight at him. And rarely misses.
Interesting technique, though, using the reactive resin on the spares and the urethane on the strike ball is a technique that's not used by too many bowlers.
No, most of them are actually, most of them are using the reactive balls to get the hooking, but that particular reactive ball that Sharon has and the type of drilling that she has on it, it does tend to go very straight for her, and as a result, it's worked out to be a great spare ball for her. So, well, let's see what she can do on this frame. This is pretty important. She's got this left lane locked. This right lane is it's brutal. Iris is the only one that's figured it out.
That's right. And it seems like earlier in the match, it was a little bit, replay on this one here. We can see the ball going right through the pocket, right through the heart there.
Right in the center, yeah.
Very little deflection on that ball.
Yeah, pretty solid hit. So with what Iris has found on the right lane, if she can find it again, she's got a great chance to actually shoot this shot.
Well, once again, it's a matter of her keeping up her speed. She can throw it farther outside there, and she can keep up her speed. She's going to carry on it. That one she did.
Yeah. That's a good shot by Iris. That's a very important strike. You're going to see the replay here. Good form at the line. Very consistent. That's a great shot by Iris. This left lane has been a good lane for her, but every now and then she's either up high or off to the right. So I guess she has to hit it very accurately, doesn't she?
Well, that bowling ball that she's been using now, she's been bowling with it now a couple of 3-4 games on that lane. What has happened, I think, is that
Wow, she's carried it.
that was a big shot for her. That
Yeah,
that double puts her right back into the match. And
it certainly does.
as I was saying, that lane 13 may be changing on her with using that reactive resin ball. That it really soaks up a lot of the lane conditioner that's out there, and adjusting to that sometimes is a little bit more difficult than, especially when the television cameras are on, the lights are on.
Oh boy.
Making adjustments in those situations
Yeah.
when you're bowling for the big bucks and for the big title certainly is very difficult.
Oh, there's no question. All of those things are right, Jer. That looked pretty good. Wow, she's really come in on it. She moved inside a little bit there, Jerry, and whatever the adjustment was, that really, really held the line. We're going to see this on the replay here. A real good shot here. Look at this. Solid hit.
Great form.
Yeah.
Great form. Well, that double there by Sharon puts her in the lead again by 12 pins, Mike.
Yeah, she's been unrelenting all day. She's been unrelenting. Every time someone got close, she just came back with something more. Oh, yeah, and she does have the left lane. Yeah, she's a very, very steady performer under this kind of pressure. She doesn't seem to have any expectations of losing or winning, and she just plays within herself all the time. That's what she does, and I think that keeps her her mental outlook on it reasonable.
Iris is trying to make some adjustments to the thumb hole on her bowling ball, and she had to hurry that adjustment. Now I think that she's having a little bit more difficulty.
Well, let's hope it doesn't mess up this right lane, but she's obviously detected something that's not quite right in her release, and the bowlers at this level, Jared, they have a pretty good feedback kinesthetically that tells them whether it's good or bad. Looks like a good shot. Wow, it's a solid hit.
It looks like the adjustment that she made to her bowling ball was the right adjustment.
Yeah, just for you folks at home, that's usually for the bowlers. It's usually the removal of a tape or the addition of a piece of tape in the thumb hole, just so that they get the right release, because without that critical release, there's no way you're going to get the good execution. We've got Iris up with a 3-bagger. So has Sharon got a 3-bagger. Iris is up on the left lane. Little high. Oh, broke it up again. She has broke up quite a few of those shots, hasn't she?
Well, you know what? I think that bowling ball that I believe she's using a Beast. Isn't she using a Beast?
Yeah, she's using a Beast, a Columbia Beast. That's absolutely right.
Well, I hate to do any advertising, but I really think that that bowling ball is one of the best bowling balls that's available right now. Certainly that'll change again in a few months. You know, something else will be out here. But currently right now, I think that is suited very, very well to Iris's game. And that's really helped her break up the splits today.
Yeah, it certainly has. That is one of the better bowling balls that actually is available. Material-wise, it has proven to be very consistent in behavior for Iris and for a lot of the good bowlers in 10-pin bowling today, Jared.
Well, the game here is pretty much in Sharon's hands as far as it goes. If she can throw some more strikes here and hit her target and carry those pins, that'll give her a big advantage here. She's on line again.
She hit the mark. I don't know what happened there, but she certainly hit the mark. Hooked it a little bit up, but she's got a Brooklyn out of it. Wow.
It was interesting.
True to form, Jerry. She's just, every time the button's been pressed, she just managed to stay with it.
Yeah. See in the replay there, she did finish very, very short of the foul line that particular time. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. That certainly would change the angle as to where her ball would go out onto the lanes.
Well, we've got Sharon up on lane 13, and she's locked on this lane. Oh, I should say she was. She is? No, she was.
Well, she could have got lucky there, but she was actually lucky to break up the split. But now that she has got 4 strikes in a row, that certainly is going to give her a big lead here in the tournament, in the match here.
Yeah, she's a pretty solid spare shooter. I can't see her messing up here. Yeah, great spare by Sharon. Well, the ball's in Iris's court, so to speak. She's got to do something to double up, because it's the only way she's going to put the pressure on this lady. And I'm not sure this lady feels any pressure, quite frankly. I think she just takes it in her stride. I think that's the way she deals with it.
Well, I think she's become very, very good, very adept at ignoring it, Mike. Ignoring the pressure, I think, is best way to maybe put that.
Plays a game, takes it one shot at a time. Here is Iris. Oh boy, that was not a good ball. Boy, that was not a good ball, and she knew it right away, Jer.
Well, if Iris makes this spare, that means that Sharon still has a 20-pin lead in this match. And as you know, if Sharon wins this match, she will be winning the Cameo Classic this year. And it'll be all over.
Yeah, and the rewards will be a ring, Cameo Classic ring valued at $380, and prize money of $140. So that'll be a great little catch. So it's not over yet, but unless Iris produces a strike here, this is going to be very interesting. And Iris is going to get to finish last in this match, which is the only match where she has finished last. So, and I'm not sure that she wants to, but she doesn't have any choices. So this shot is all important. It's the foundation frame, as we say in 10-pin bowling, the 9th frame that sets up the 10th finishing frame. Looks pretty good. Ooh, threw a little slower, got away from her.
Yeah, I think that one there just, she was online with the bowling ball, but once again, she was just a little bit slow on it. She's not quite getting through the ball like she was earlier. Could be a grip problem with the thumb. Hard to say what it could be.
Well, either way, she has to make this spare, and it definitely is not over yet. A lot depends on what Sharon is going to do in the next 2 frames, but she must make these 2 spares. And she certainly has. She's been really good on the spares all day, and in fact throughout all the matches that she's played on TV today. Well, Sharon's got it in her court.
She's got a 24-pin lead. If she throws a couple of strikes here, she will win the match. And on this lane, she's been doing fairly well. So
yeah, she's carried them both in the pocket and the Brooklyn, so I would say she's got some room. Hit her mark. Oh.
didn't quite carry the 4-pin on that.
Not quite. Not quite. A little high. Good, easy spare for Sharon to shoot at. If she just spares out, that will probably give her the match, won't it, Jerry?
If she gets a spare here and a good count and another spare, she will have locked Iris out.
So Sharon very close to being crowned the new Cameo Classic winner.
Recrowned.
Certainly recrowned. Yes, we should certainly make that mention. Sharon Tataryn was last year's Cameo Classic winner. So it would be for 2 consecutive years, other than Iris Sobotkiewics and Addie Armstrong. I'm not sure if we've had any other repeat winners.
I really don't know. Somebody can give us that information here, maybe.
We've got Sharon up for her last frame on the left-hand lane. This is very, very important that she give it room, and she has. She's locked it. It's all over, folks. No matter what Iris does, she cannot win. Even if Iris strikes out, she can only finish with a 214, and technically Sharon has 217 right now without throwing her last 2 balls, Jerry. So it's been a great tournament. Sharon has been so consistent throughout the 3 days, and she particularly has been tough again in the match play. It always comes down to match play. And again, because the new format this year allows for the winner to actually have the option of being beaten twice, that is not even challenged here, is it? Because right now, with the 2 pins that Sharon has left. If she takes both of them, she has 217, and she actually is the winner of the tournament.
227.
227, I'm sorry.
Iris has a maximum of 214, so
Yeah.
Sharon Tataryn has
Done it again. Good game by Sharon Tataryn. Appreciative crowd here today, giving her the applause that she certainly deserves. We've got Iris Sobotkiewics, who has won 3 consecutive matches, Jerry, and just ran into a really, really tough customer here in Sharon Tataryn. So she's going to finish up on the right lane. That one actually looked like one of her best shots, and she ends up with a 9-pin on it. We would like to give a lot of credit and a lot of thanks to those folks from the Shaw Cable TV here that are all set up here this afternoon and make this presentation of 10-pin bowling to everybody out there possible. On camera, we have Thomas Gattenby, we have George Bridgman, we have Aline Hamanek, and in graphics, we have John Campion. Our director, Michael Grant, thank you very, very much for all your time. And our audio, Margaret Demchenkos. Thank you very much, Margaret, for being here with us today. We thank all of the Shaw Cable TV people. We certainly would like to take this opportunity to thank the Provincial Women's Bowling Association and Pat Kelly, the president, for partnering in the sponsorship of this tournament, and absolutely Carl Hartung from the Ford Credit Canada Limit for also being the other partnership in the sponsoring of this tournament. Please don't go away, folks. We'll be back very, very shortly to do a presentation to our new champion, our again champion, our repeat champion, the winner, Sharon Tataryn, over Iris Sobotkiewics, 226 to 201. It's been a great tournament. See you shortly.
Did you know that letting your car idle pollutes more than driving does? So remember, don't leave your engine running.
Just one of hundreds of things that we can do for our environment.
Let's do it now!
For your free booklet, contact Environment Canada.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back, and thank you for joining us for the presentation to the winner of this year's 19th Cameo Classic tournament, Sharon Tataryn. And here to help us with the presentation from the Ford Credit Canada Limited is Carl Hartung.
Sharon, on behalf of Ford Credit Canada, I'd like to present you with the beautiful Cameo ring.
Thank you very much, Carl.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Carl. This lady has been here before, folks. In fact, last year she won the Cameo Classic and she got a Cameo pendant. This year she's won the Cameo Classic and she has a Cameo ring. I think Sharon is probably trying to get a set of jewelry out of this.
You're right, Mike.
You shot an absolutely great tournament this weekend, Sharon. The final on TV, again, outstanding. You seem to stay in there so cool under the pressure. What makes it happen for you?
To be honest with you, this really doesn't make me nervous, and I just try to stay focused on my own game, and it works for me, and I'm just going to stick with that.
Well, you know, one of the comments that we made when the game was going on, Sharon, is you seem to remove yourself from all of the pressure. You seem to not participate in it, and you seem to do a great job with that type of performance. Congratulations again. It was a great tournament, and you're certainly rounding out to be a great overall bowler.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. We thank you again for joining us. We hope we see you again next year. This is our last telecast, and we'd like to thank the Shaw Cable